Heyo everybody, Haku here with my live reaction to read-through for Omniscient Reader or Omniscient Reader's Viewpoint. I am a bit late this week, but I still wanted to do ORV. So even though I'm late on the reaction and everything this week, I've still been reading. I've been rereading the series and taking notes on it. So I think I don't think I had started that yet when I did last read-through. I don't remember. But I am at like chapter 70 now, rereading and taking notes, so you will be getting a lot more Omniscient Reader content in the future. So my reread is going pretty well if I'm 70 chapters through already. And yeah, it's been a lot of fun. I've been noticing a ton of things that I didn't notice before, which I think is cool, or being reminded of cool things. There are some things that I'm like, hold on. Now I'm confused on this. And related to that, also some things where Dokja mentions things that happen in the future of the story of TWSA that we have not gotten to yet. I don't want to sit and bring all of those things up though, because though you guys are great with not spoiling me or anything, I feel like if I'm like, so he said that Jungkook actually did this in the future, but we haven't gotten there, I feel like that is just opening myself up to spoilers, so I probably shouldn't. But either way, I am really enjoying rereading through on my own, and I'm gonna continue to do these weekly reactions for the next 11 weeks, and then when we get to chapter 300, I have at least two like big project videos that I want to do when chapter 300 comes out, probably that same week, so I'll try to get both of those done between 300 and 301, but because they're big projects, it might take me a little bit of time, so I might be a little bit late on 301's reaction. But then once that is done, since I'll have notes on the entire series, on top of doing the weekly read-throughs, I can, look back at those notes, do some arc reviews, or whatever else I want to do with it. But either way, let's just start reading, I guess. We have chapter 289, and we're starting with "Be Young." I love this facial expression, it's so cute. Then again, I always find the Dokubis so cute. So you really don't know anything. Also, there was this one thing, I mentioned it in Discord when I came to it, where at one point the Dokubi are having a meeting, and they're like, we got a message in from the Onis in Japan. So I was like, and like, I think Pate was like, yeah, as far as I know, it's just Dokubi worldwide, and we've seen Dokubi even on other planets, so I think it's the same creatures everywhere, like, not just on Earth, but in different planets as well. They are all the same creatures, but I think that different cultures might just have different names for the same creatures, and they are just Dokubi to us because the story is being written in Korean. And I bring it up because I just brought it up last read-through, where literally last read-through I was like, I like how important Korean culture is to everything, how somehow the entire universe is run by Dokubi, these little Korean goblins. But I guess these creatures might just be called Dokubi because the characters we're following are Korean. But maybe if it was in Japan, the Japanese call the Dokubi Onis, maybe, perhaps. Same goes with maybe people in like the English-speaking world call them like goblins or gremlins or something. But either way, Dokubi never returned what belonged to the Wenny men. And he's engorging his face sack. Okay. And is it with a crackle this time? It's with a crack, not a creakle. Okay. Then there were some sound effects that are incredibly, again, rereading through, I have definitely noticed some sound effects that I'm like, that is a little suspect. Why'd you go with that choice? I can't remember off the top of my head what some of them were, but there have been a couple, actually. Chapter 48, Character Part 3. I have no idea what you're talking about, just hand her over. If you don't, there are many kinds of evil beings in this world. The first kind is those who bring misfortune to others. Still engorging the face sack? The second kind is those who take pleasure in seeing them suffer in that misfortune. So that would be mostly the constellations. I showed up acting all confident, but I've never actually fought a Wenny man before. And the most repulsive, evil beings of all are the ones who put their suffering on display for others to see. So that then would be the Dokubi. This is bad. I think I'm in real trouble. Using the authority of a colossal story. Didn't your forebears warn you? You must never use that power before a Wenny man. The colossal story's activation is censored. Censored. The system windows are glitching. Only high-ranking Dokubi, those above the Great Dokubi, could mess with the system like this. How in the world does a Wenny man have this kind of power? And he's working with one of the outer gods? You foolish Dokubi. It was a grave mistake to come here by yourself. Again, just making assumptions because of the tentacles. Tentacles seem to be an outer god trademark. Story, Song of the Wenny Men, takes effect. Due to the traits of your species, your resistance to the Wenny Men drops sharply. Oh no, and we have blood drawn from Mama Byung. The Wenny Men's hatred weakens your mental fortitude. The Wenny Men's resentment drastically reduces your combat power. Damn it. So this is why the seniors told me to stay away from the Wenny Men. We can't bring out this kind of power against any other species, but when it comes to Dokubi, it's a bit different. Now, die slowly as the constellations you adore so much gawk at your demise. Constellation, prisoner of the golden headband, clenches his fists. Constellation, the great King Hung Mu, is shocked by the Wenny Man's power. Constellation, god of alcohol and ecstasy, frowns at the source of that power. Constellation, demonic judge of fire, roars in anger. I love Uriel so much. Also, Great King Hung Mu coming in here. And, Dionysus, or Dionysius, I guess, depending. We haven't seen them in a bit. Looks like I'll be getting myself quite the story today. Crap, I'm gonna get squeezed to death at this rate. I need to contact the management center. Maybe it isn't an outer world god thing. Maybe it is just the power of the Wenny Men. And I mean, the Wenny Men kind of exist within the outer fringes of the world of the Star Stream, so there might just be a general connection there. But even if I do, will I last until they arrive? Damn it. Starting to lose consciousness. You actually came here in your real body to fight a Wenny man? What a reckless Dokubi. And then Jung-hyuk comes in for the attack. Also, yeah, it is mentioned that during the story of TWSA, Jung-hyuk has a kid. So this is presumably, if things go similarly at all to the story, going to last long enough for Jung-hyuk to have a kid. Then they can hang out with the child that Dokja and Byung have already had. Okay. Constellation, demonic judge of fire screams in excitement. I think Uriel is literally my favorite character. Stay the hell back. So, you're the Horizon's demon, huh? Yes, it's been a long time, puppet of the oldest dream. I don't think we've met before. You will never understand. Even after 1,000 deaths and 10,000 lives, you still wouldn't understand a thing. Because you... And he just immediately goes to shut him up. Manages to draw blood. Look, maybe we should both step back and immediately shift up. This really has nothing to do with you. He gets his arm lopped off. Hand over, Yu Sung. Wait, don't tell me you're after the Dokubi too. You're human. Having the channel won't benefit you in any... I don't need the... Bah! BU! I love BU so much. What nonsense. Why do you even want her when you don't understand her value? Let me tell you something. You may be strong, but you hold no power in this world. Having Kim Dokja on your side will make no difference. A small variable like that will never overturn the flow of the Star Stream. And then, I feel as though we've seen this pose or a similar one before. Stop. You just don't understand the situation because your round count is still low. In other parallel dimensions... Anyway, you're making a mistake right now. You must not make me your enemy. And then... Begging does not work. I made a promise to my companion. Who's the demon that helped you cross the world line? That I would avenge her. So cute! I love BU so much! But wait, stop. You're going to die here. And he just gets completely eviscerated, omni-slashed. Gah. I curse you. I curse you to the depths of hell. Every version of me across every dimension will never forgive... Gah. I mean, if he doesn't have to reincarnate anymore, then he might be okay with that. And parts of him start to disappear. No, Your Majesty. And he breaks apart. Okay, you've obtained a new legendary story. You've accomplished you've accomplished an accomplishment. You've achieved an accomplishment that has never existed until now. The story, the one who removed the Wenny man's Wen, obtained. All Wenny men of the demon realm have become hostile toward you. He slices the cage open and rescues BU, just BU being handheld. It's so cute. Bah, bah. I love BU so much. My heart. Constellation Demonic Judge of Fire wells up with emotion. Constellation Bald Army General offers you the towel he used to polish his head. Constellation God of Naval Warfare is deeply moved and begins writing a poem. Stay in here. Bah! Constellation, the Demonic King of the Demon King of Salvation, looks at you. Get lost, Dokja. He vanishes. Dokja? Okay. That was an intriguing ending. What an amazing chapter, though. Again, I love anything to do, I mentioned last time, with, oh yeah, I don't get to read more crap. I thought I got to read one more chapter. I really thought I was about to read another one. No! I thought I was about to be like, intriguing ending, and I was going to talk about this chapter and then move on to the next one. What I was in the middle of saying, though, great ending, is I mentioned last time, I adore whenever we get into stuff with the Star Stream, the Dokkaebi, the lore of the world and everything. I love that stuff. That stuff's amazing. But also I love whenever we get into stuff with Dokja and Junghyuk, and I guess Soo-young too, when it comes to the characters that I really, really enjoy. And it's not like I hate Gil-young or Hyun-sung or Sang-ah, but if I'm being completely, totally, blatantly honest, I'm sure you all can tell by now, while I like them, I don't care about them to the same degree that I care about like Dokja and Jung. It's terrible that I care about like Junghyuk and Dokja and Soo-young and B-young. When it comes to these characters that I really, really, really like, or introducing new characters that I really, really like, you know, whenever it's stuff with that, I enjoy it so much more. And I think it's also, the story is kind of, when I think about what were the best moments and best chapters, it's stuff where it's like Dokja and B-young, Dokja and Junghyuk, Dokja and Soo-young. So stuff with those characters, stuff with the lore, I love all of that. So it was another really, really good chapter. The action was good. We got a lot of intriguing lore stuff with the world, the Wenny men. That is all interesting. Cool moments for Junghyuk. BU is whenever I see BU, like whenever I'm collecting images for thumbnails, whenever I see BU in the thumbnail of a new chapter coming up, my heart, I just love BU so much. Generally, you all know I love the Dokkaebi so much. I wish there was just infinite Dokkaebi merch. Like, it is wild that Webtoons isn't trying to yuck, just yeet Dokkaebi plushes at us, like, at any given opportunity, because I feel like they would, like, Omniscient Reader's so popular, they would sell super, super well. I just want, like, a plush of every Dokkaebi. I love them so much. I love the Dokkaebi so much. But yeah, I guess that's where I end for this week. I will continue to reread, maybe not over the weekend, but at least on weekdays. For the past week, I've been doing like 10 chapters a day. So I will continue, I guess, with like 10 chapters a day. And then in 11 more weeks, when we get to chapter 300, I'll have a couple projects for you. But until then, thank you for watching. Like, if you did like the video, comment down there to tell me what you thought of this chapter, my thoughts and reactions. Subscribe for more ORV, much more on the channel. Follow on Twitter if you want. If you want a link to the Discord server, it's free and open for anyone. If you want to help support the channel by sharing around or dropping a super thanks, it's appreciated. If you want to help the channel by becoming a member or patron, hit join down below to become a member, or go to patreon.com/HakuOfTheTubes, or a link will be in the description to become a patron. You get to help support the channel and get your name at the end of videos and get One Piece bingo early every week. So, well, at least every week that there is One Piece. We have had so many break weeks recently. But thank you. Thank you to people who are members and patrons. Thank you to chosen regulars Evan Holly and Bertie Wooster, Magical Girls DD Ban and Moru, Cherryton Student, David Linkstaff, Slayer Candidates, SG and Stan Cedar, and Pure Elements, Paterial, and Elsa the Storyteller. Thank you so much for your support. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you all next time.